What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another review of Old School Monday Night Raws. Today we are doing the February 28th, 1994 edition, and let's get right into it. So, Raw starts off with the WWF title match between Yokozuna and Randy Savage. The episode already might be disqualified from receiving a great grade unless they do something special to end it, but they're blowing their load early like usual. It was funny to me to see Mr. Fuji speak to Yokozuna because you gotta remember that while Mr. Fuji speaks Japanese, his English is a little broken. And I'm guessing Yokozuna doesn't speak any Japanese since he's actually Samoan. So Yokozuna probably just nods to Fuji without having any idea what he's saying. And to be honest, they're probably just speaking gibberish to each other, not really saying anything that really matters. Macho Man starts quick by jumping on the champ before the bell rings. A missed splash by Yokozuna allows Randy to get some shots on him. Then he also knocks Fuji off the apron, and this gets Cornette to come running out. Macho Man, like always, gets distracted, and instead of dealing with what he has to do, he takes his eyes off the situation at hand and goes after Cornette. This lets Yokozuna hit him from behind to get back control. Savage then hits a top rope move to the head of Yokozuna and then a flying crossbody for a near fall. Jim Cornette distracts the ref while Mr. Fuji hands Yokozuna a bucket, but Macho Man stops it and instead he uses the bucket to nail Yokozuna in the head with it. All this while the referee again is distracted so he doesn't see the headshot with the bucket. After a couple of seconds of both of them being out, Savage covers him but Yokozuna still kicks out. So then Randy Savage climbs and hits the flying elbow, but like I called it on the last review video, Crush runs out and causes the DQ by breaking up the pin. Bret Hart comes out to help but he gets beaten down as well, so then Lex Luger runs out and is able to clear the ring. They announce Savage as the winner and I didn't like what they did next, which was raise the arms of Bret and Luger while they celebrate. He didn't win the belt. Stop being happy about what just happened. I don't care if they're face or not. Losing a title match should have you disappointed, pissed off, all that good stuff. If Lex or Bret would have raised their hands, it would have been different. It would have made somewhat more sense. But yeah, Macho Man raising their hands, come on. You just lost a title match. Now I know we're getting close to the final days of Macho Man being in the WWF, but seeing as I wasn't alive or I was really young when he was really active in the WWF and then WCW, I'm not really impressed with Macho Man in the ring. Mic work and character work is great, top 10 all time for sure, but his matches are not entertaining for me at all. They're super drawn out and he makes so many mistakes. I'm not talking about mistakes as in botches, I'm just talking about like if it was a real fight, he would legit get his ass kicked because he doesn't pay attention half of the time. I know that probably rubs many people the wrong way, but it's just my opinion, which, in all honesty, it's 100% fact. Same with that Steamboat Macho Man match. I think I've said it before, but no, obviously nobody's watching this shit, so nobody has heard it, so I'll say it again. Macho Man versus Steamboat. I have tried to watch that match over and over again, maybe a handful of times, maybe 5 times, and I've either lost interest in it or I've legit fallen asleep. I guess his style just doesn't work for me since I wasn't born around that time, but still. I mean, I still enjoy Hulk Hogan matches, so how come I don't enjoy Macho Man matches as much as other people do? Anyways, moving on, the next match just sees Bam Bam Bigelow get a win over a jobber. By the way, did the Luna Vachon and Sensational Sherry match ever happen? One of the highlights of Raw in 1993, it was their short little feud, but I don't remember if they ever actually had a match. Then once again we see Earthquake on Raw and he picks up a win over a jobber. On commentary with Harvey Whippleman, he tells us that Adam Bomb will be facing Earthquake. When have they been in the same room to warrant a match at WrestleMania of all places? So this match is just coming out of nowhere. And then speaking of out of nowhere, another squash match where Kwang picks up another win. Then backstage, some random guy barges into Shawn Michaels' dressing room and just reminds him that he isn't the champion because he was stripped of the title and Razor Ramon is the real champ. Shawn says that the only thing he's stripped of is his clothing because he is in his dressing room and he only has a towel on him. He says that because nobody has pinned his shoulders and beaten him for the title. The guy says that Razor had been climbing the ladder to success, but Shawn interrupts him, and this is where we learn that he will be in a ladder match versus Razor for the undisputed Intercontinental Championship. As a person watching back then, and I know I'm not going to get a response for this one since I haven't for any other questions that I've asked, but as a person watching back then, did you know what a ladder match was or what to expect when WrestleMania came? Then we have Men on a Mission coming out to take on a random team. One of the guys was the Brooklyn Brawler, but they still pick up the win in the final match on Raw. So with that being said, let's get to the awards. For the best moment, I had the Shawn Michaels backstage interview and the news that there will be a ladder match for the IC belt. For the worst moment, I had the final match being a squash match for Men on a Mission. The wackest performer is going to go to Quang. I mean, what is he doing here? He's paired up with Harvey Whippleman as well. And just like Adam Bomb, they still haven't told us what he's there to do. And they don't have any opponents for him. He's just there to have random jobber matches every week. For the stand-up performer, as much as I would like to say Randy Savage, I can't. I just don't like the way his matches are laid out. But I'm not going to get into shitting on Macho Man again. And I don't think I'm going to pick anybody for this award this week. Everybody was just there to do what they needed to do and nothing more. So nobody stood out. This episode, I'm going to back up everything I've been saying on this review. While I think there are some moments to go watch if you haven't, or if you just got some time to rewatch this, I personally didn't enjoy the episode enough to give it a passing grade. So this Raw is going to get another tally in the bad column. And I feel like I've already gone in detail over this episode, things I liked and things I didn't. So with that being said, I'm out.